Everybody, Retro Leo here with another comic book review. This time we're reviewing Avengers Fantastic Four Empire number 3. As you recall, I didn't really like the second issue. I enjoyed this one more though. Now some of the names in this book I'm not 100% sure on them, so I might have to flip back to catch names. But as the story starts, Reed Richards is talking about the sacrifice that Captain Marvel made so the Kree and Skrull warriors could get to Earth, and they're all fighting the Kotati now. So our book starts with Reed Richards and Tony Stark at Avenger Mountain, and they're trying to come up with an idea of how to stop the Kotati invasion. And they are talking about what all the other Avengers are off doing, which I'm sure is in the spin-offs, and I'm not reading those, so... Tony's mad at himself. He's like, I never think. He said, I believed all of this. The Kotati tricked us, and I believed all of it. And he's like, nobody could have seen this coming, Tony, Reed says. And Tony says, you would have. And he says, but I was there, and I didn't. You're not alone, Tony. He says, easy for you to say. And Reed's like, looks down at his chest, and he's like, even though me and my family are apart, this four reminds me that we'll always be together, even if we are miles apart. So from there we go to Wakanda, where Thang and Shuri are standing, and the Kotati are getting through the shields, and Ben's like, it's clobbering time. So from about a mile or so away, Coy and his father, the swordsman, are watching the battle, and Coy's going, do we not have stronger warriors we can send? And his father's like, we'll wait until we know the Wakanda's weak spots, and then we'll send our warriors. And he says, we're after T'Challa, the Black Panther. He knows about the Death Blossom we planted on the moon, and he knows what we want now. And from there we go to Black Panther, and he says they want the Great Vibranium Mound so they can plant another one of the crap, what was it? The Death Blossoms. They want to plant the Death Blossom in the Wakandian soil. And if they do that, then Coy will have the power of a god, basically. And then a ship arrives, and out comes Mantis, and Black Panther says, I see you got my message. And she says, yes, and I'm here to save my son. And the Invisible Woman's like, your son has already killed thousands of people. And she's like, you're also a mother, Sue. What would you do? Would you do less for your child? And she goes, no. And so they're thinking of a plan. And Black Panther's like, I think I've got a plan. We're going to explore other options. And so then we cut to the Kree/Skrull ship, where the Super Skrull is wanting to stab Captain Marvel again. So, she can basically kill all of the Kotati. But Johnny Storm is against that. And, the blue woman, hang on, give me a second, let me look back and see who this is. Mergen says, I can use my magic to boost its energies for a time and allow Captain Marvel to absorb a higher dose. When she then carries to the heart of the garden the Death Blossom itself and releases, wiping out the Kotati infection. So basically what they're wanting to do is stab her again like they did in issue 2. And this time they're going to up the power where she can go into the garden on the moon and blow it up and end all of this. So, Johnny Storm's like, one problem. last time we did that, it nearly killed her. And he's like, it's a suicide mission. And she's like, not the first one I've taken, Johnny. And then Johnny goes, you heard the captain, Hawkling. She's ready to fall by your sword, blow herself up for your shiny new alliance. Anything you want to say about that? And then Hawkling gets a phone call from Black Panther. And he tells him, I have a plan. I need your sword. And Hawkling goes, does it have to, do you believe this big plan you have needs an Avenger to die? And Black Panther says no. And Hawkling goes, have fun with it, and sends the sword off completely. And then everybody gets totally pissed and starts screaming. And the Captain Glory, I believe his name, is screaming. And Super Skrull is saying we should have used Captain Marvel. And Hawkling's like, she could have died right in this room, wasting one of the best weapons in the fight. If I put it that way, am I cold and practical enough for you, clerk? Do I pass the test? And then the other woman, who I can't ever remember her name, Tanalith the Pursuer, says, I'm afraid the test is yet to come. Remind him of the prior. And Super Skrull's like, how do you know about that, Kree? It's restricted data. And Hawkling goes, it's not restricted for me. Now tell me. And so the pyre, what it does is it creates a buildup in the core of a star, and once at critical mass, it detonates. And he tells the story of how he had to detonate it once and destroys a lot of humanity. And he's saying, and by doing this now, we could have finished the Kotati with one blow. And Captain Marvel's like, you killed billions of people, billions of civilians. And he looks at Captain Marvel and goes, to save trillions. And then Hawkling comes in and goes, like my mother died at your hands. And then she's like, he gets mad and is like, what are you trying to turn me into, clerk? And then the woman goes, a king, and it's your hand on the button now, my liege. Will you then have the strength to do what you must? And as she walks away, Captain Glory runs after her, and he goes, you called Ronan the Accuser a hero of the Imperium, but he died standing with the Utopian faction, our enemies. So I started to look at you. And he says, and I know a Skrull when I see one. How long have you held that one? And she smiles evilly and she goes, long enough to help make the Kree strong again, Captain, to make them feared. That's why you've told no one else, I assume. And he goes, I'm curious. And she goes, not once you grasp the bigger picture, Glory. Like poor, foolish, unsuspecting clerk, I always knew the destinies of the twin empire lay together, ruled by a single bloodline. My bloodline. And she reveals herself, and she says, I am far more than a Skrull. I am Raquel, Empress of the Skrulls, survivor of Galactus, mother of Anel, the holy martyr grandmother to Doric, the king of all space. And soon my grandson will be absolute ruler of the galaxy. And Captain Glory goes, oh, where they go? It will bring much needed order. Though I fear your grandson spent too much time with the humans. And then Raquel says, yes, the boy's caught a bit of a nasty case of heroism. We'll have to do something about that. And that's where the issue ends. Issue 2 was boring as crap to me. I get it's set up, and I tried reading a few of the tie-ins last week, and I was just like, this isn't for me. But this one right here, I would recommend it. I really enjoyed this one, and I hope it keeps going good. I hope it's not like one's good, the next is bad, one's good, the next is bad. And at the back of the book, let me see if I can find it real quick. There's going to be 6 issues of this, so we're halfway through it. I enjoyed it. I would say pick it up. So, until next time, y'all. Retro Leo out.